So, do you need to admit the other one?
Oh, wait, I'm
Oh,
gonna
the other
not
one
do
is
that.
AI something.
It's this one. Okay.
Okay.
Can hear, but I'm gonna be on mute, okay?
That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so it is 5:30, and we'll call to order the August 12th, 2025 board meeting for Thurston County Fire Protection District 8. And the first order of business is public comments, but I don't believe we have any. We don't have any public here or online. So we'll move straight away to the July Chiefs report.
So Chief Van Camp did get that report out last week. So I guess if there's any questions, the best we can to go through them.
I have a question. On the front page, under Public Relations and Community Services, it's on number 6, it says, July 28th, Chief McBride met with representatives of a proposed energy storage. Is there any more info on that? What kind of energy storage are we looking at?
Chief was gonna go to that. He couldn't make it. He asked me to go to it. I couldn't make it. I asked Chief McBride to go to it. He made it. Chief and I haven't circled back with him to learn the details, but the gist of it is they're looking out on 26. Slater County 26, putting a solar generator farm. So what they did is give a little bit of a stakeholder presentation of what these things are. What does that mean? We're curious to hear, what does that mean for a fire department? You know, it sounds like the thing's happening, but people have their opportunity to appeal if it's going to be a thing or not. But we still have to circle back and find out, what does that mean for a fire district? I don't know yet, but
Okay, I was just curious.
So it'll be a commercial photovoltaic installation.
don't quote me on exactly what it is, but we're told that we're going to learn about this thing.
Okay,
That sounded like
because it
a
says, right, I saw that as well. Thank you for bringing that up. I was gonna,
Yeah,
that one caught my attention also, but it says storage, right? Energy
it
storage.
says storage, so I didn't know it. Are
Yeah.
we talking electricity?
Yeah, so I don't want to give you bad information because I have to learn about it myself.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll be patient.
we'll add that to our follow-up.
Fair enough.
Please.
I have one question.
Yeah, please do.
Under the Chiefs, goal 1. Number 3, it's red, but it says that, you've gotten some of the drafts to the chief, so shouldn't it be some delay or difficulty? Like, cause it's in progress, right?
Should be yellow instead of
And
red.
yellow instead of red, and same with number 4, shouldn't it be yellow instead of red? I mean, they're not done, but they might be on track, I don't know. Actually, they're not on track.
We are behind, so I think Chief decided to downgrade it to a red status. 'Cause another
Okay,
month
so
went
that was
by.
just a personal, okay.
There isn't really, I mean, there's progress, but I guess it can be interpreted as to whether or not I think there should be a yellow or red.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's a red, then that maybe is a little stronger poke in the shoulder there for
Maybe,
Chief.
yeah.
It might
Renee.
be, yeah. I think it's a reminder that it's not forgotten, but yes,
It's like, hey,
it's one where, yeah. I do have some updates on that.
This one's for Heidi. When I look at the appendix 5, the budget versus actual cash balance. Under the actual revenue, we're actually below on revenue. Where do you see above? Is there something significant that happened, or is it just?
No. I don't have the report in front of me, sorry. I didn't kind of-
You can
How much revenue
I
are
was
we?
just curious why we're doing so good in all the other sections, all of a sudden we're like, wait, we dipped below.
Help me again, which one are you?
Where is it? What page?
It's appendix 5, so it's the graphs.
The graph.
On the back.
And I noticed
Oh.
for July, we actually had less revenue than,
The one before that.
actual revenue was less than projected.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, thank you.
Right.
I don't know, that's a great question.
I thought, maybe there was something significant I don't remember happened in July. The costs are going, I know that. That could be. the whole
Yeah,
thing.
well, in October, it'll go boosting up because of taxes, of course, but, no, nothing has happened that I'm aware of that should
That's good.
impact it. We did have, and I think he shared this at one of our other meetings, that our levy money was not showing up in our general fund, and that has since been corrected. They had actually, the county had assigned it to a new fund, and we hadn't gotten any of those reports, and he made a specific request that they move it into our general fund, so that has been done, but I can get back to you and see if there's any
Yeah.
trend or something that I could
Yeah, I just
provide.
noticed that something happened that we had to pay a big bill or something
Okay,
through it.
yeah,
Guess what we're doing so good. It's still good, it's not bad. Just curious, that's all.
yeah, I understand.
Okay, any other questions or any other comments about the chief's report? No, Dan,
That's the goal.
nothing, okay. Then we'll move on to the IR&R status.
All right, so, good segue. So for goal one, still challenges getting the procedures updated. There's a few variables. A lot of it is, each individual has a lot going on. We got past our hiring. I think a lot of what slowed a lot of the efforts down is a lot of laterals. People have been distracted on trying to make sure everything's up and going with them. So there were some delays in getting the committee work to go. So some of them are just behind schedule. That's the honest part of it, but a lot of it. There will be a couple, and then I plan on at the next meeting, the September 9th meeting, giving a little bit better of a detail of the synopsis of each status. They're all kind of in different places right now. And another thing I'll just give you a heads up on, you probably anticipate, some of them, we just wanted to do it internally, but we realized there's a countywide impact. That, of course, is going to take longer because they have to go to the other ops chiefs to say, hey, we all agree that we should be interoperable. And there's, I won't say distinction, but there's, difference of opinions on some of them. So rather than us just saying, we're going to do it this way, there's a handful of procedures, operationally, just operational.
That makes sense.
That it's better to do it right and interoperable than just because we said we would this year. So there will be a couple that I think we're probably going to intentionally push back a bit. Okay, can't say what the reason will be because we need some county level consistency on it. But probably a good 3/4 of them are just straight up. We gotta do it. So I'll get a better update on September 9th with more details on where we are.
I noted in the packet of information, there were a couple of the procedures that were attached.
Yep, we have a few.
So, yeah, ambulance, transport and
Yeah.
some of that kind of stuff.
We have a staffing one that I think is 99% there. So chief does have probably about a third of them in the semifinal stage. And then we're gonna get some legal counsel feedback on a few things.
Okay, and so they're still in the editing phase, right?
Yep, they're in the editing
Okay.
until chief puts a signature down on it.
Okay.
So I'd say just to give you a rough
So on
idea.
those that I read where I noticed a article missing like a or the or some of those kinds of things.
Yes,
It would be okay to,
still needs its wording finalized.
do you want that input from me? Where I found those?
Which versions did he give to you and when?
There was the one that was on the
Are there the
board packet.
policies that are on the agenda? They're in
There were
this agenda?
procedures
Oh, they were in the
board packet.
Sure, yes, please, thanks. If you see that, we'd be happy to
All right,
catch them all we can if you already found them. Then
I
yes.
found a few
Yes, please.
small
Good.
things.
Sure. Yes, that'd be great, because then the ones that you guys have seen are mostly where we think they're at.
Right.
Technical stuff is pretty much what it is, so.
Right.
The wording would be appreciated.
Okay,
Yes, thank you.
okay,
Okay, so probably more to follow on goal one. Goal two, we have better news. So come along. You can see on the handouts there, we have our updated staff. We mentioned last time, I think we had our new career members on there, and they are really doing well because they have their 1-year probationary period. And our probationary period is designed that everybody comes and joins us with any, as a firefighter, they have 1 year to get all their little checks done. But these folks being laterals already have a good most of that experience, so these checks are happening far faster than we're used to.
Amazing.
It's usually 10, how we're looking, but they're really cooking through. They're about twice as fast as we were really guessing. So they're actually rolling in, finishing up some of the EMS stuff, and then they're rolling into the driver operator stuff, which is a big need we have. So once they get their driver operator stuff, we'll start seeing some more significant staffing improvements with the capability of having more drivers. So that's for our laterals. They're coming and doing fine. The other part to our goal too is our entry level. In our entry level, we last we checked, we're 110, 120 some applicants, so that part's going well. We do have a specific structured plan on the next steps. We have the date set up September 2nd. We'll be pulling the names, getting whoever's the highest scores on the application process to get selected. We're planning on interviewing between 40 to 50 people, and this will be a panel. So there's a first interview that goes through, and that panel, we have a diverse panel of a representative of each platoon. So I feel like that's a good thing to be able to show everybody had some say in that.
Yeah.
That'll be the initial panel, and they'll be tasked with narrowing that 40 to 50 people down to 20 people. They're 20 favorite of them. Those 20, Chief Van Camp and I will interview. And our task then is to narrow it down to 10 to 12 that would move forward with the background process. And then sometimes people drop out of that stuff. So that we can narrow that back down and then have that rank ordered registry. And we anticipate, hopefully, if the backgrounds come back, we can select it based on the feedback there of who to actually make 5 conditional offers to. And that should be into October. September's interviewing. October should be background takes 4 or 6 weeks. Get the background done. After the background, so then the conditional offer happens. Then we make the conditional offer, and that means they have to get their psychological, their medical, physical stuff done. After those are finalized, then we make formal offers. And I'm pretty confident if we get down to 10 to 12 people, 5 of them should go. So that would be our 5 new career entry level people who will be starting January 1st. And then I'm waiting to hear back from Lacey as far as the exact start date, because these folks will be going to the full fire EMT entry level academy. So the career academy that we sent them to, they'll be off to that for 4 months. And then we get to have new probies after that 4-month period. 5 months actually, because they do EMT, I think. A bit closer. So entry level, we're on track there too. Our lieutenants, that's another good step we had. We are proud of our Bryce Gibbler, who's been promoted. So we are where we're supposed to be for this year for lieutenants. So as you can see on the staffing chart, we did lose another volunteer, so we just dipped to 26. Our target to have for volunteers this year is 27. So we're kind of right on that close-ish line of where we're shooting. You notice the career firefighter dropped. That's because Bryce Gibbler is a voluntary firefighter, and he's moved over to the lieutenant count. So our lieutenants are filled up, but we are shy 2 career positions. But that's to be made up with our entry level. That's why I mentioned, if you recall, we agreed we're gonna bring on 3 additional firefighter FTs next year. So 2 plus the 3 is why we get to 5.
Okay, thank you for that.
That makes sense.
And we're finally hitting a point where our target, our 5-year plan is not all the way there, obviously, but we're finally getting to a point where we don't need to do really any knee-jerk reaction stuff anymore. Our numbers, it's just sort of a maintain the car and make the adjustments, as we speed of those. So it's kind of nice to see that that's warming up the way we planned, and things are starting to see some results. So that's goal 2. Any questions on the staffing? Goal 2 plan?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right, so that's part in on the staffing update. I have a bit of a segue I was going to kind of roll in on. And September 9th, this is kind of an announcement, but September 9th is our next board meeting. We plan on inviting all of our new folks that have been promoted to do our pit on. Okay, get to do that again. It has been. So that kind of actually opens up some of the discussion. Chief Heidi and I have been discussing, we've been getting feedback from the VCs, and I'm excited that we seek your input. You don't have to give any input now, but we just wanted to plan to see if anybody had any thoughts or suggestions on how we go about when we bring people in. We found that, you know, not everybody really wants to come in on their day off to come to a board meeting, no offense. But not everybody wants to always have that big ceremony, but we still want to offer it. So we're leaning on, and kind of, like I said, looking for feedback, is some suggestions I've received is to have a day as needed. Because at one point, we're talking about every 6 months, we're gonna have a big, hey, commissioners do it. November, February, we're gonna have just do it every 6 months, but we found that, well, not every 6 months do we need it. And then sometimes somebody gets hired in the next month, and we don't need to wait 5 months simply because it's not November. So instead, we're leaning toward, let's do them as we need them. We've got a handful of folks need to be recognized, we'll do it when we need to do it. And we'd like to still schedule times at board meetings where we could have the formal cake and pin on ceremony for everybody and encourage people, but not force people. And then those who don't, we give the opportunity for them to do it on their shift. A lot of people, I think, like the intimate little, here's my platoon, I'm the shift, and I want to do it with my battalion chief, or maybe the chief comes in, he does that. So we're leaning toward kind of giving that option. So you don't have to give me information now. If you have any thoughts, I'm happy to hear it. But like I said, we're just talking to everybody to feel out ideas and what do you think's the best way we want to handle this.
How do other stations do it?
All over. Well, so
Do you
a
know?
lot of departments will do, the career departments, kind of a, you know, different system, because they'll have their academy. At academy, there's graduation, you get pinned on right there in
So
front
they
of
do it
1,000,
there.
100
Oh.
people or whatever, the graduation big ceremony. They're up on stage and they get their pin on, and so there you go. Whereas we have a 1-year probationary period where that's also kind of part of it. And then the other complexity became, we had a different procedure when we had mostly all volunteers. It was, hey, after you get your firefighter one cert, we had changed several times. But then after 6 months, you get it, and then you get your breast, and you get, and then well, with career staff, it was kind of awkward because they're out of uniform. Because they already have their firefighter one, and they already have their stuff, and they came in by our procedure, it still says you have to go on probation, get all your stuff, but our career staff, it didn't look right to make them wait 12 months and have enough on there when they were done.
Yeah.
So
I see that.
it really is, it's all over the place what departments are doing, so I don't think it's
I was just
relevant,
curious.
it's more what we want to do.
Picking your brain.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Some departments have, some departments don't.
Just a thought with regard to families always want to participate, families, spouses, children, that kind of stuff. And so, you know, whatever accommodates those families would be a good thing too, even if that's on a weekend or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, part of
I
that
mean,
ceremony, the fun ceremony, is you get your kid or your spouse or your somebody, your loved one to do the actual, put it on.
right.
So whether it's here in a board meeting or it's the gang on Saturday.
Sometimes they
all
want
on
their
shift.
parents to show up and
Yeah.
such too.
Yeah.
And then they get cake. We get cake. 'cause they
Right.
get
Yeah.
cake.
That's right.
Yeah. That's a good part of it. But anyway, so I was thinking, you know,
We haven't had
there
cake in a
could be
long
an
time.
occasion where you did it on a Saturday or something in the Bay. Kind of, you know, you can do something like that.
Yeah.
You could announce it ahead of time to the point where folks can come in from the board or from the community or from, you know, whatever.
Yeah, have a time where everybody could do it. Trying to give
Just
people,
drop- If they're doing
Yeah.
it during their
yeah,
shift, we can always just know what that time is. We can come in and just.
that's true too. Yeah. We also got an invite that we get to come in.
That's right. And invite for cake.
I was just saying, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Announce
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The ultimate draw, right?
Really, we want to make sure our members feel that value. That's the intent of it.
That's important.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to listen to people.
It's a big deal. I mean, you
Yeah.
want them to be proud of what the impression that they're making or, yeah, I just, that's important.
We don't want it to be that the department isn't doing its part to
Yeah.
recognize people. At the same time, we don't want it to be burdened if they don't want to do.
They
Yeah.
feel like a
So-
need.
We're still kind of going back and forth on what the right thing is to do. I just want to let everybody know that if you have thoughts, we're open to suggestions. Okay. Sorry for the segue, but just wanted to get that discussion out there.
It's all good.
Okay, we've got 3 things in a row here that are policy related: emergency medical services, paid family medical leave and aid and automatic response.
So
And those were-
I'm written as the person to talk to them, but I will comment on the paid family leave, and then Brandon can talk about the other two. We recently had an incident where one of our members went on paid family leave, and we didn't have a significant policy and procedure for how to deal with it, and I was really struggling with that. I called the state and asked for input, and they were not helpful at all. And then I talked with Chris Antich from District 6, because she's my go-to person, and she told me what they do. But in the meantime, she reached out to legal counsel, and they gave us recommendations and helped edit the policy to what we're asking you to look at now.
Right.
And it was very helpful, and it was a little late, so I had to do some catch up with that particular scenario, because it was already in place when all this happened. But going forward, it'll be helpful having a policy that's pretty cut and dry.
With the checklist, so you know.
A
you got it all.
checklist,
You got it all
exactly.
there.
So we
Right.
have a plan, yeah.
Yeah.
And essentially, the takeaway is that you have them fill out paperwork, and you have a plan before they go on leave, instead of dealing with it
Right.
once they're in the leave status,
Yeah.
you know, so. But this is the first time we've had anybody really
Wow.
using it, so it was a new experience, so.
So the other two are really just kind of getting us back to the strategy of having it be a policy level language short, just the board acknowledging that, yes, we do EMS. Yes, we approve that we do interoperable work. And then the procedure, of course, detailed stuff on it.
Right.
So originally we thought that, boy, all the procedure work that we're working on would somehow impact the final, what does the policy levels need to be? Then after kind of going through all the details, well, it really doesn't, really all that matters is that the board says, yes, we acknowledge we'll go help our neighbors when they have a fire.
Right.
Procedure stuff's all the, the details we're struggling with.
I have a question on that mutual aid automatic response one. At the top, underneath the title of it, it says HR and LF policy in great big letters. I don't know what.
High risk, low frequency.
I
Yeah.
should know that. Thank you. I looked at them like, I don't know what that is. Okay, got it.
All of those ones are, have the special highlighter on them.
Yeah. So anyway, the
Okay,
encouragement to you all was to review it over a month, and then you're gonna be asking for approval at the next meeting.
okay. All right, okay, Washington State DCP for volunteers.
Yeah, so I received a couple of emails actually from the State of Washington Department of Retirement saying that now they are going to allow volunteers to participate in the DCP if they choose to.
And deferred compensation.
Deferred compensation,
Program.
yes.
Okay.
And the current policy, just as a refresher for the career members, is that right now the board, the district is matching up to 4.5%, but that you have to match that. We're not asking for that for volunteers. The plan would be to just send out the same notice, forward the email notice that I received to the volunteers, and then see if anybody's interested. And then if they are, I would direct them to that website. They would have to sign
So
up,
they
et
do it all
cetera.
themselves.
Right. And then I would take out whatever their portion is out of their stipend, and then forward it on to the Department of Retirement and report it for
So
them.
that website, someone from there will notify you that they've signed up,
Right, yes.
or do you just automatically? go in and you see it?
I think they would have to let me know. Yeah, or else I wouldn't know to take it out.
Right.
So, yeah. But that was just an information to let you know that that's coming down the, you know, and we have so few volunteers, I don't think it's gonna be a problem, so.
Okay, that, those are before tax dollars that
Yes.
can be pulled, and put into savings account or
Right.
investment account, okay. Insurance change,
Okay, so what has happened with that is our insurance has been through Endurus for quite a few years. And prior to that, we were with VFIS. And VFIS is called the Volunteer Firemen's Insurance Services. And when I was first hired, that's who we were using. And it's the most common insurance company for state fire departments in our state. The reason that we moved is at that time, I think we went insurance shopping and got different quotes. And Endurus provided a lot better coverage for a better price. And if I recall, and don't quote me on it, but it was a significant savings.
Yeah.
And we have been, for the most part, pleased with the insurance and the service we've received from them. We haven't had an extraordinary amount of claims, with the exception of the water leak.
Right.
That was probably the biggest claim. But that said, the rates have gone up and up and up. Every year they've gone up, like everywhere else. And we wanted to do an insurance comparison and get some other quotes. And we reached out to, well, first thing I did was reached out to the other agencies and asked everybody, who are you using? And not everybody, but most of them were using a broker through WHA, which now I've lost my paperwork on what that stands for. Sorry, I apologize. The WHA brokerage. And long story short, we met with them, we provided them a lot of data. They ended up providing us with a quote from the FIS. And the insurance is, for the most part, exactly the same as what we have. And it's about $7,000 less. There were a few nuances, and we discussed those, and he tried to summarize for you all in this handout that I left you, what the changes were. Yeah, I still don't remember what WHA stands for, but that's beside the point. So after reviewing it all, we asked him, what is your recommendation? And he said, well, I can represent both insurances on your behalf, and I can negotiate on your behalf, et cetera, and do whatever a broker will do, I can do for you regardless of what insurance you end up staying with. But he did speak very, very highly of the VFIS, saying that the difference is that Endurus is a pool. It's a self-insured pool. So all the funds are from the members who are paying in paying in for it. They do hold a lot of it in reserve as a, I don't know what they call it, but I'm going to call it in a reserve. And they don't pass any of that money back to the customers, which is the one downfall. He tended to lean towards VFIS because they are not an insurance pool. They're easier to deal with the underwriters, and he said as a broker, he can go to bat on our behalf and try to have the underwriters make changes if he feels like they should, and fight for us in that regard. And overall, he felt like they were easier to deal with. Do you have any additional comments on that?
Well, I would just say probably one of the big advantages we noticed is WHA is somebody who does this for a living, given the review, other than us trying to compare our car insurance to car insurance. So I felt a little better knowing that somebody professional gave us a recommendation.
Yeah, the draw for using the WHA broker is that we do have somebody that will fight for us, and he did all the comparison stuff. Now, granted, we still did provide the data, but when we originally went and switched, it was on me to go find these insurance companies, and you can't compare them equally. It's really challenging, and I'm not equipped for that. So it was really nice to have him do that. But one of the other benefits is that they have programs, risk reduction programs, and they'll help advise us with like a labor and industries scenario. I don't know that they actually get involved directly with labor and industry, but they are an advisor to us about what we should be doing and that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
they also offer different trainings and lots of other things that don't cost you anything.
And now I discover that a policy and procedure sample examples.
Yeah,
They
they have policies
Yeah,
and
policy and
procedure
procedure draft. examples
drafts
that we
and
can-
templates and whatnot. And they focus on fire, so they're right, they're right in our service area. So that said, we have to make a decision because our renewal date is September 1st. And Chief Van Camp's recommendation is to switch to BFIS. One thing that we were advised to do, and we did this when we originally started looking at it and reviewing it, was to give notice to Endurus, because they've got strong language in our contract about when you have to notify them, et cetera, et cetera. And since we didn't have the other quote yet, there was going to be a window of time where we may have missed that opportunity, but we did send notice immediately. So we should be okay if we do decide to switch. And that's his recommendation, and he's asking for board approval.
Okay. So you were saying, you said it's about $7,000 more for this.
Yeah, less,
Oh, less.
like
Less for
$7,000.
I thought it
less.
said, well, the BSIF proposal came in several thousand dollars.
7,000, it was almost to the penny, $7,000 less than
Oh, 'cause it
Endurance.
says higher. Did I read it wrong?
Where,
Where it says pricing deductible strategy, it says, well, the BFIS proposal came in several $1,000s higher than Endurance.
is that in his summary?
It's, yeah, under,
Yeah.
the first page under pricing and.
Oh,
deductible
that's
strategy.
not correct. He
Okay.
made a mistake in that.
Okay, so it's lower.
It's lower.
Of course, we'd like lower, as long as they get people.
Yeah,
coverage
that's
or
very,
they're
that's
pretty
interesting.
comfortable.
I'm gonna double check with him, but
Okay.
no, it should be $7,000 less.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's not, then we'll revisit it. But no, according to what they actually provided us, it was $7,000 less. So this was probably something he just made a mistake.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that-
Um,
So you need to,
Well,
discuss that or?
yeah, I guess, yeah, let's go ahead and make a motion.
I can make a motion that we approve the switch from Endurance Insurance to BFIS.
Okay.
I'll second
Okay, so moved and seconded. So just from a discussion standpoint, I'm not sure, and I'm willing to be told I'm wrong, but I'm not sure that this is necessarily a board issue. I mean, who we decide to have for the insurance.
Because of the dollar amount it's under.
Correct, and it's part of operational, I mean, I see it as part of operational activities, right? We don't approve which tires we buy to put on the fire truck. Those ones are more expensive, those ones are less, you know, as an example. I
There's
am,
a policy, isn't there, that says that they could spend 10,000 without board approval. Isn't there something about
Yeah,
finances? So
yeah.
would that be included in that or? no?
well, that's for, yeah,
I would agree with you. I don't think it's necessary, but I think it looks good in our minutes to include that we've had the board approve
Had a
some things,
discussion of
especially
it
when
and
it's a
that.
big
It's to the
ticket
minute.
item, when you're
anyway,
100,000.
again,
Okay, I get it.
I'm not gonna be hung up on that, my opinion is that it's kind of not
Not a board thing.
a board thing necessarily. I don't know.
Well, we probably don't need a motion. I probably just need a verbal supportive
We already have one.
comment, but
You have-
I think
but we've got it
Yeah.
on the table, so
But
let's,
it's nice to know that you're changing and that you
Exactly.
did some research and this is what you found out.
Yeah.
So that could. be a report.
Gloria, give you an opportunity. Do you have any? You're still on mute.
Can you sign for us?
Yeah, yeah, we can't hear you. You're on mute. Can you unmute?
You're not
her?
driving, are you? Okay.
I don't think we can unmute somebody.
You can,
That's a
Text her, but she's-
authority.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's trying to fix it.
Yeah.
It's hard to do on
Yeah,
your phone.
okay.
Can you shake your head?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say, yes or no?
It shows that your mute is on, Gloria.
Okay,
Also, her network bandwidth is low,
yes,
so
right.
maybe she doesn't have enough.
Might be your
juice to-
network low, but we don't hear you. Raise your hand if you have something critical you really want that we talk about.
You
No,
okay?
okay. You're okay with the basic
She heard
concept?
you, okay. I was trying to.
Yes,
Yes.
okay, all right, thanks.
At least we-
Okay, so we have a motion to accept the recommendation. It's been seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. There,
Here's a-
unanimous. Okay, so you have that for your minutes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving on, I
Okay.
have the minutes of our regular meeting in July and then our special meeting. And I did notice myself, there was a typo on the special meeting, it had the wrong date. I
Oh.
fixed it.
Okay,
So the one you're gonna be approving today is corrected.
it's been correct. Good.
Yes.
Okay,
Shall we look for a motion?
yes,
I'll
please.
move that we approve the July 8th and 9th minutes as written. Which only told us to do this, come on. Dan.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do it?
Think about this. Yes.
Okay, moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we go back to the other one just for a quick comment on that? Is that not a, what is, with the labor negotiation? Is that something that you put, that the management decides, or do you have to consult the staff on changes to their insurance?
This is different. That's not the
This
same
isn't medical
insurance.
insurance. This is the building and automobile insurance.
The
Oh,
department's
okay.
Department's
not
insurance.
health.
It's
Yeah.
not medical.
Okay, that because I sometimes I couldn't hear what you guys were talking about, and so I just heard insurance and Endurus, and I just wasn't sure. So, okay, never mind then. Everything is good.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that question.
Okay.
All right, so we're to the warrants.
Yeah, any questions on the warrants?
I had none.
I do, you know me,
Okay.
I just gotta, my brain just spins. So number 735, transaction 735, it says Thurston County Water Lab, bacteria water test, but we also have a water test for 2 other facilities here, or it says ×2 from Northwest Systems, that is number 794.
So
Monthly
we,
water testing,
we
so-
use a water system, an official water system to manage the water every month. It used to be back in the day that Greg Kessel did it all himself, and we found out that that was illegal, that you can't do it for yourself. So you have to hire a management company to do
sure.
it. And this is just one of the health department fees for the.
So this is one where you take it and
test.
drop it off
Yes,
down there. Is that
That's
just an
that's why it's so
annual?
cheap.
Is that like a quarterly thing that they do?
I don't know, but I can follow up and check on that.
Okay, that's
yeah.
all, I just.
But I do know that the expensive one that we do every month is because we are forced to do that, and it is extraordinarily expensive, especially compared to, it used to be, we just paid the $32 because he did it himself.
Yeah, I
right.
used to be able to just take up to the pool and we did burn wound care and therapy. We had to do quarterly water, but we could dip it,
Yeah,
take it to the.
that's what we used to
courthouse.
do.
It's fine.
Mhm. I'll make a
It's
note of
definitely
checking on
way
that.
cheaper than they almost a ton.
Yeah.
But the rules change, so,
They come here and do it here.
yeah, so they give you the results right away,
Well, they-
or do they
No.
take it back down there and
They-
drop it off,
yeah.
what you guys were doing in the first place?
They
Exactly.
come here, they get the water,
Yeah.
they go do it, and they send us.
Send you.
Send you the bill.
The bill let you know you're still good.
I would do it for you for, that was 20 a month. Thank you for clarifying.
Okay, Dan, did you have anything on warrants? I didn't.
And I will note, in case you didn't notice it, on some of the payroll comments, I started our new folks and started them with their DCP and their LAF and whatnot. And when I went to the Department of Retirement to enter the data, it would not allow me to do that for the new folks because they didn't start on the 1st, they started on the 7th. So I have to wait a month, but I had already processed it all out of payroll. So it's gonna be a nightmare for me this month because I'm gonna have to fix it. I'm gonna have to either reverse it or double, yeah, because it's already done and, but no, I wasn't able to do that. So that's what that's in there for.
Okay.
Any other
Okay,
questions?
Gloria, did you have anything on warrants?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right, so we need a motion for warrants.
I'll move to approve.
Make a motion that the warrants approved as written.
Okay. Moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye,
Aye.
all right.
Great.
And
Thank you.
now on to our posting for the administrative assistant job.
So I was just gonna give you an update on the status of that. So first thing we did is we had Kristen Baldwin, I can always call her Kristen, it's Kristen Baldwin, prepare a fabulous flyer, thank you, and put together a specific application packet, so forth, so on, have it posted on our website. We put it on our social media. I sent it out to all the other agencies, Thurston and Mason counties. I think it's been traveling around the internet, web, whatever. In the meantime, I also put it on Indeed, and that was it was a big learning curve for me because what happened was the day that I posted it, within an hour, I was getting phone calls and applications. And so I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And so I paused it, made a few tweaks to it. And long story short, we didn't even have it on Indeed a week. And I had like over 80 applications. And so I paused it again, and it's currently paused. And I started reviewing them, and unfortunately, Indeed doesn't weed them out as well as they should, because the title is administrative assistant.
Right.
So everybody and his brother who have done anything in the administrative realm think they're qualified for it and have been applying. And
Right.
it's been like, whoa, this may not have been the best thing to do.
Indeed basically has all these people that are just registered on there. Anytime a job opens, they
It
just
just
go click.
drops them in.
Yes.
Mhm. And it populates and stuff.
Yeah,
And
still.
And I started to look through them, and my takeaway is that there might be a handful of them that are worth interviewing.
Yeah.
But many of them are way overqualified, like super overqualified. And many of them are not qualified at all. They're, like they answered the phones, or they're receptionists, and
Yeah.
some of them sent me their resume, and when I read it, there were typos or words, typos and or words spelled wrong, which is a huge red flag to me. And anyway, I spent like 2 days going through them, and then I just decided I'm not going to do this anymore. So I've been going back to my other tasks, but I am going to revisit it and filter them down, which one thing you can do in Indeed, you can put a plus mark, you can put an X, which means I don't even want to look at them, and you can put a question mark. So I've been trying to do that so I can at least go back and look at them at a later date if they might have something redeeming. But nobody so far though has come through that is checking all the boxes, which is, I'm disappointed, but not completely surprised, because one of the boxes would be knowing the BIAS software, and it's a proprietary, unique software that only people in the fire department or other government utility districts would be familiar with. So it's still possible that somebody will, but nobody so far. Second would be knowing the bars, which are the Washington State coding, accounting codes. And there have been people that were qualified for that, so that was good, you
Yeah.
know, so, and then there's people that have the strong qualifications in other areas, but they're lacking in something else, so it'll be a challenge, but I think we'll still be able to find somebody. I'm hopeful.
Right.
So that's the status on
Sent
that.
one straight to Janet's email, right?
Well, you know, it's funny, I call her, she knows about the job,
Yeah.
I sent it to her, but she's making about 30 grand more already than this job would be starting, so I don't honestly think it's gonna interest her, you know, but, yeah. So, there you have it.
That was my
Wow,
thought.
okay. Thanks for the update.
Yeah, thank you for the update on
You're
that.
welcome.
Another announcement, if I may.
Yes, please.
Just a reminder, we have our WSRB, we're up for our re-rating. So that's happening now. We've been submitting our documents and all the fun things they need to see. It's basically the re-rating for our fire rating, fire protection capability. And they're coming in on September 9th. So the strategy is to give them anything, everything that they already asked for. So it's a nice quick meeting and we should give them some time thereafter and then we'll find out what our new or same rating is.
Right.
Super duper.
Okay, any commissioner comments?
None
Uh,
for me.
Okay.
One more reminder, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
That's right.
But we do have a reminder that we've got our special meeting Zoom on August 27th, I believe.
Yes,
In my calendar.
27th at 3:30.
27th.
At 3:30, yes. And I did send the link out, and that's just a reminder, and it shouldn't last any longer than 1 hour. They're gonna cap it at an hour, so it won't go on and on and on.
Okay.
And comment I'll make is, think folks are aware, or if not, Lyle Smith passed away, unfortunately, in a
I usually
fire
play
at his home. That's been a few
That
weeks
is a
ago.
horrendous story.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I just played music with them 2 days before that.
We did.
Yeah, and Chief and I had just seen him at the July 4th. He was there on the Tumwater engine from
Yeah.
Firehouse 5.
Mhm.
We saw them. Memorial service for him is scheduled for August 16th at 2 o'clock at Evergreen Christian, Black Lake Boulevard. So just FYI,
I'm planning on going.
I
Chief
would,
sent out something, didn't he, about going
I
as
put
a
out the
department?
update,
You sent it
yeah.
out, okay.
yeah, and your intent was for our employees, if they were going to take one of our rigs and
Sending an
that
engine,
kind of thing, yeah.
we're sending an engine, and I'm also open for if anybody would like to be a helper, just helping out with it.
With parking or something, right? I'd get one over.
Yeah.
There's me, run over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so just, yeah, a reminder on that one.
Yeah.
I am going to be out of town that weekend, or I would
That's
certainly,
this weekend coming up, right?
Saturday.
yeah,
Yeah.
Saturday.
And they already did, a fire departments did something already. Did I read that?
That was the first session.
Just when
What
he
is-
left the corners?
Yes, from the
Okay,
coroner's
yeah,
office.
I wanted to
It's like
be there.
the fire department all shows
Was
up.
he a
in there.
commissioner? Okay. How'd you know?
He was a commissioner, but he wasn't, you talk about Lyle.
Lyle.
Yeah,
He was a
He was the chief.
fire guy, he was a chief. He's done many positions through the fire departments, with different fire departments.
I worked with him in the
Tumwater.
state fire marshal's office,
Where?
at the state fire.
The
marshal's
fire
office.
marshal, yes, I remember him from there too. But, yeah, so
oh, okay,
he's done a lot. When he has been a commissioner, so. Yeah,
that's how you know, okay.
well, I know him from music mostly, because he auditioned to play with, I played with, I had band Heartland many years ago.
Okay.
In the
Wow.
80s, and Lyle came and auditioned to play with us. Although we didn't hire him. We would run into him all the time,
You
in
met
the
him.
music store. And
Yeah.
anyways, I've known him for a long time. When I play music with him,
Oh.
I will share a joke that he
Couple
once
times a
told
month.
me, very fitting.
he has many
He
jokes.
said, fire commissioners don't get headaches. They are known carriers. That's
That's
why.
I have to tell you a funny story. The last time I played with him, we were playing a country song or something, and he would always, because, his health's been kind of not really great, but he was playing and looking down, most of the time when he plays and concentrating really hard. And I turned around to look at him, just to smile at him, and he had a chicken hat mask over his face. He's just a funny guy, very funny.
Okay, we're to review and follow up.
So we have, for follow-up, we'll get a budget drop on the July, if there's any outlier on what happened on the revenue piece there.
Right.
Water testing frequency, it's monthly or quarterly, get back an answer on that. And then, information on details about the energy storage.
Yeah.
That's happening out there. So we all kind of know better what that means.
Okay, right,
Did you have any other review follow?
Sounds good.
okay. All right, sounds good. Anything else for the good of the order? None, being none, we will adjourn the meeting then. Thank you all.
Right.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Bye,
Thanks, Chloe.
Take care.
Okay, see you on the 27th. Zoom.
Okay.
I'll zoom in.
Okay.